Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to today's video. Welcome back to my channel. So if you're new here, I'm Kira, that's Kai. Jackson is also sick. I am as well, I'm sure you can tell. But he's asleep in his swing because he's not feeling good. He hasn't woken up yet this morning. I know he's not. He's asleep. I know because I am that kind of mom that freaks out, and I double check to make sure my kids are breathing like twice a night at least. Because I'm just crazy. I want to make sure that they're okay. But anyways, today we are going to be talking about Selena Quintanilla. I hope I said that her last name right. But today we are going to be talking about Selena, and this is just such a tragic case, and it's so sad. And I absolutely love Selena, and one of the reasons I love Selena so much is because if you did not know, Selena was born on April 16th, and I was born on April 16th. Kai was born on July 16th, so I just think it's so cool that I share a birthday with somebody so beautiful and talented. So, Selena she didn't really have the best life, I guess you could say, growing up. Her family owned a restaurant at one point, and like a year after they opened it, a recession hit and they closed down, and her family really lost everything. This restaurant is actually where Selena would perform with her band, which was her siblings, which they were compared a lot apparently to the Jackson 5, which I didn't know about until I was researching this. But the band itself was called Selena E58. I hope I said that right. If I didn't, I'm so sorry. But Selena's father, Abraham Quintanilla, actually was in a band called the Dinos, and I think that that's kind of like where it came from. Is that he really like wanted to make it big, but he didn't really. And when he saw that his kids had like this talent, this really big talent, you know, he wanted to help them kind of explore, because it was his dream too. So they didn't like have that like celebrity kind of like upstart that like I think people kind of dream about. Like they really had to work for it, for, you know, to get famous. And they would perform at like birthday parties and just like random things. So so when they started to get big, Selena's father actually ended up pulling her out of school at like 8th grade. Illegal. But Selena still ended up getting her education. She got her high school diploma at like age 17, I think, which really kind of shows up a lot in her like adult life. Like she was very big advocate for, you know, kids staying in school, which I absolutely love the fact that she was a big celebrity who was really into that and really supported that. Because I actually think that like people who looked up to her definitely would have been like, so since she graduated high school and she's telling me to stay in it, I'm gonna stay in school. So I definitely think that she did make an impact in people's lives because of that, which is awesome. So she also afterwards started studying business in like college. So really she was furthering her career, her education, and she even is spotted in an interview I found when I was researching for this case, which I already knew a lot just off the top of my head because I love Selena because we share a birthday, and I've seen the movie, which I recommend the movie that stars Jennifer Lopez. So Selena actually, I saw her quote like in an interview, so I'm actually directly quoting her. She said, you know, singing is a very like up and down business. Like you can do good sometimes and the money's not always there. Like you can do good sometimes and bad other times. So she was really like investing in herself and preparing herself for in case it didn't work out, which she's so smart. She's so freaking smart. It's crazy how smart this girl is. And she, in her career, she had, I believe, 5 albums, and they were all like Hispanic. They were all like Tejano music. I hope I said that right. I hope that that's what that's called. If not, please correct me. I'm half sick, so some of the stuff I say is not gonna come out right. But anyways, so what, buddy? So she was she's really smart. She took the money that she was making and she was investing it in herself. And what I found amazing is that she knew Spanish, but not like a lot of Spanish. She spoke mostly English, but she sang in Spanish, so she had to actually learn Spanish to sing it, which is really, really cool when you think about it. Like, it's backwards, but really cool. It was really cool, and she was really, really talented. She just had this high pumping energy whenever she was on the stage. And if you watch her perform live, like I actually did watch some of her live concerts in preparation for this video, like you can tell, like she had a high pumping, high energy about her. So when she was young, I mean, she was young when she died. She was actually a year younger than my age now, which was 23. But when she was younger, her father hired a new guitarist for their Selena and the Dinos band, and his name was Chris Perez. And Selena and Chris actually kind of like instantly like hit it off. And the movie that I'm talking about with Jennifer Lopez really captures that. And her father didn't approve, and her father actually didn't approve so much of Selena and Chris that he ended up firing Chris from the band. So I think that Selena did what probably any person her age would do in that situation, and she really felt that, you know, this was the person she wanted to be with. And the movie actually portrays it and shows Selena going through like some time in the band without Chris and how miserable she seemed to be. So like, if that happened and she knew that this was who she wanted to be with, I totally agree 100% with what they did. They ended up eloping because Selena thought that if she eloped with Chris, then her dad would have to accept him. And of course, Selena was a celebrity, so it didn't take long for the media to report on it. And according to the movie, which I kind of hope isn't true, but kind of seems like it is because it's in the movie, which this movie with Jennifer Lopez was, I believe, curated by Selena's family, so I'm gonna guess it's gonna be more accurate than others that don't have Selena's family incorporated in it, which I believe Selena's family is also incorporated in the Netflix Selena show. So Selena actually ends up eloping with Chris, and her family and father find out via the media outlets reporting on it, which is really horrible. When you think about it, that's really horrible. That's a horrible way to find out your daughter is married. And Selena was actually the baby of her family, which I am also the baby of my family. So I just think that is so cool. So I can only imagine like how her family like really felt to not get to actually be there to support her. I mean, that would like, I look back and I'm like, if I wasn't involved in my sister's wedding, like that would really have crushed me. That would have sucked. I don't think I'll be involved in anything with my sister anytime soon. Just telling the truth. But so her family finds out and they're not happy at all. But, you know, they eventually get over it and Chris is welcomed back into the band. And Selena was actually living in an apartment in Corpus Christi, I believe, with Chris, her husband. And the movie, this is so sad, the movie portrays it that Chris and Selena had actually decided to start trying for a baby right before Selena actually was killed, which is so sad. Honestly, that's so sad. But now let's go ahead and talk a little bit more about Yolanda Salvidar. I hope I said that right. I think that that's how you say her last name. So Yolanda was like a super fan of Selena, and I mean a super crazed fan. She watched Selena. She went to one of Selena's live concerts, and she just fell in love with Selena, basically. And I actually think Yolanda was actually in love with Selena, to be completely honest. So Yolanda started out with her she started out as a, can you not hit me in the back? She was like this She was basically, she ran the fan club, and that's how she got in contact with the Quintanilla family, is because she wanted to run this fan club. And she had been doing such a good job running this fan club for Selena that the family had decided to kind of like bring her on board as like a manager type esque person for Selena's other businesses, which Selena had a ton of businesses. Like I said, this girl was really smart. Selena had businesses. She had like salons. She had a clothing line. I mean, she really, really, really was like so smart, and she really invested everything into furthering not only her music career but like her brand itself. So she was gonna be set up whether her music career took off or it stalled. Like, she was smart, and she kind of innovated this like little system for hair salons where instead of having to like, they apparently like when they would cut your hair they would wash it, and you used to have to walk and you drip water everywhere. And Selena kind of cultivated something new where they had like the hair washing station in like this little desk that you could kind of like cover with the little desk, and it was by the mirror, and basically it made the client not have to get up and drip water everywhere, which I believe salons all nowadays have that. I didn't know that, but Selena's salon was apparently the first to do it. And like I said, she had a clothing line which really reflected the clothing she wore on stage. And apparently she designed all of the clothing she wore on stage as well as the clothing in her clothing line. And it was really successful. And she had a couple stores that Yolanda basically managed. And it didn't take the Quintanilla family and the Perez family, because Selena's technically Selena Quintanilla Perez, or she's Selena Perez. I don't know. But it didn't take her family, the Quintanilla family, very long to discover that there was money missing. And they had a lot of complaints also about Yolanda. Basically, like, they said that Yolanda would pretty much fire people just because she didn't like them, which you can't do. There was another employee who went to go get his, like, went to his dentist and got his teeth cleaned, and he went to use his insurance card because Selena was very well known for taking care of her employees. She was a very caring person, which obviously Yolanda took advantage of. But anyways, as he was checking out, his insurance card was declined because it was said that it wasn't paid yet. So basically, all around, Yolanda's not a good person. Selena had said something, or not Selena, Yolanda had said something of like, don't worry, I'll take care of it, and don't tell Selena. So they didn't. And apparently, the fan club was still paying and they weren't receiving merchandise, and the employees of this store all wanted to chipped in to get Selena a gift, and Yolanda was like, okay, I'll get it for her. I'll pick it out since I'm like so close to her. I'll do it. So, Yolanda actually ended up pocketing the money that she cultivated from the employees and put this like egg ring that apparently Selena loved. She was really well known for wearing it. You can actually find her wearing it in a bunch of pictures. Well, Yolanda gave that to her, and Yolanda actually bought it on the company credit card. So she bought it on Selena's credit. So Selena's gift literally came from Selena herself, pretty much. And Yolanda, like I said, just ended up pocketing the money. Like I said, it did not take the Quintanilla family very, very long to figure this out. You know, the Quintanilla family was very, very much like a tight-knit family, and her dad and Selena's father, Abraham, was very on par when it came to anything revolving Selena and involving Selena's money. You know, he was a really good manager to his daughter, basically. So they figure this out. They figure out that the money is missing, and they ended up confronting Yolanda about it. And Selena's father actually has came out publicly and stated that he thinks that there were multiple attempts. I believe it was 4 attempts in total on Selena's life by Yolanda, but she ended up chickening out. And in one of the attempts, Yolanda had actually told Selena that she was raped, which, I mean, like, Selena was such a nice person. I mean, I think Selena actually took Yolanda to, like, the hospital, and the hospital had said something along the lines of, like, her injuries don't culminate with a rape, and it doesn't, like, she looks depressed, honestly. You know, Selena was really there for Yolanda, and she really was well known for wanting to take care of her fans. So, I mean, she's just an all-around good person. She hired her fans at her boutiques. Just an all-around good person. I mean, Selena just did so much. But anyways, it ended up culminating to Selena was pretty much done with it. She was tired of Yolanda, like, dragging her around, and she knew she was being used, basically, and she was tired of it, and it culminated in Selena meeting Yolanda at her Days Inn motel room, and Selena basically confronted her. And there are witnesses to this because it actually happened in the daytime, that Selena walked out of Yolanda's room and Yolanda shot her once in the back, and Selena was freaking out and running across the courtyard, which it was a very big courtyard, you can look it up. And Yolanda chased after her and shot her again, and witnesses actually say that Yolanda had said bitch. So she shot Selena and called her a bitch. And Selena finally managed to make it to the, like, front desk area, and you know, people saw Selena bleeding and were freaking out because she was shot in her back, and the bullet had actually hit an artery, and it went out her body, so the bullet wasn't in her body anymore as far as I know, but it had hit an artery, so she was, like, bleeding really bad from what I could find out. And you can actually look it up, the 911 calls. They are still available online to listen to if you're curious. And Selena had just said, you know, it was Yolanda. People say, like, they think that Selena knew she wasn't gonna make it, so she wanted to make sure everybody knew who had done it, so she kept saying to the people that were there trying to take care of her, it was Yolanda and what room number it was. So the ambulance gets there, and so does the police, and they find Yolanda trying to leave. So they actually ended up blocking Yolanda, and they trapped her. And this is when Yolanda took the gun that she used to shoot Selena and put it to her head. I believe there was 17 hours of negotiation between Yolanda and the police before Yolanda finally gave up, and they did not tell Yolanda that Selena had actually passed away, but Selena was dead on arrival at the hospital. But the doctors, they wanted to do everything they could for Selena, so they actually operated on her, and they tried everything to resuscitate her, and she had lost too much blood, unfortunately. So Selena does end up, unfortunately, passing away as a result of her gunshot wounds from this attack from Yolanda, and they don't tell Yolanda in the 17-hour standoff. They tell Yolanda once Yolanda surrenders that Selena has succumbed to her wounds. So Yolanda is arrested for, I know she got arrested for Selena's murder, but I believe she also got arrested for the embezzlement. So they still got a kick in her ass for that. Yolanda actually ends up pleading not guilty and tries to say that the gun went off by accident, but the witnesses who heard Yolanda calling Selena a bitch after shooting her testified. And basically the prosecution story was, if you accidentally shot Selena, why weren't you calling 911? Somebody who accidentally shot somebody would be calling 911, trying to resuscitate that person, not chasing them down, shooting them again, and calling them a bitch. The judge did something pretty unique in this case and actually told the jury, basically made the jury say, you're either going to convict Yolanda of first-degree murder of Selena Quintanilla, or you're going to let her off. There wasn't nothing for manslaughter or anything like that, which was a gamble, but it did end up paying off, because Yolanda was convicted of first-degree murder of Selena Quintanilla and is still in jail to this day when I'm filming this in 2022. I believe she's eligible for parole in 2025. Hopefully she doesn't get it. I really hope that this woman stays in jail for the rest of her life. She took a beautiful woman who was very, very talented. Selena was actually in the process of working on her American album, and she only had 4 songs to it, and it was called Dreaming of You, in case you are curious and you want to look it up. And I think it sold like 175,000 copies in its first day. Selena was actually referred to multiple times as the Mexican Madonna and the next Gloria Stefan. I hope I said that right. Gloria Stefan? I don't know. But, I mean, this woman, she was so talented, and I share a birthday with her, and I just feel so bad because she was taken way too soon, and she should have had the opportunity to become a mother. She should have had the opportunity to see her career flourish in American music, because that's really what she wanted to do. And she'll never get to, which is so sad. What really inspired me to do this on top of Selena and I sharing a birthday is the fact that when I was really looking up, I'm ordering makeup. I'm still in the process of ordering some May makeup, and I'm thinking of ordering because I have ordered all my May makeup, so now I'm just getting some extra stuff I want to try out this next month, and I'm thinking of ordering the Jeffree Star Banana Fetish collection and just hauling it next month because I wanted to buy it next month, so I was just thinking about doing it a little bit early. So I was just researching some makeup, and I actually came across an article about MAC, and it was that MAC had done a collaboration with Selena Quintanilla, and it was actually the most successful celebrity makeup collection that they had done, which I think is so amazing because they've collaborated with Rihanna, they've collaborated with Lady Gaga, Mariah Carey, I mean, and they sold a lot, but Selena's sold the most. And I think that that definitely has a lot to do with the fact that, yes, she was murdered when she was younger. She was murdered when she was 23. I'm 24 right now. But I think it also has a lot to do with the fact that Selena was in the beauty space and she liked makeup, and I actually think that if she was alive today, she would be doing makeup the way we do it. She would be in this space with us, and she would definitely have her own makeup line to go with her clothing line. She probably would have did a makeup line many, many years ago, so she would not have been hopping on this celebrity train the way other celebrities are. I'm excited to try out Ari in beauty, by the way. I'm excited about that. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and coming along with this really sad and crazy story. Like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell, all the social media great stuff. It really helps this channel out, and I am going to end it here, and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. Bye, guys!